Hey, Alexis Love Beauties and Flawless Men. Let's talk about how to actually read the stove. I literally just found this out. You know how usually you'll just come in and turn on an eye? Well, I do because I never knew how to read it. And I was just in here like, man, I never used this side of the stove. And, you know, we was cleaning from our previous video. Be sure to check that video out on how to deep clean the oven manually. But I was like, let me use this side of the stove because I have to clean the eyes and things on the other side. And I was like, oh man, how do I even use this side? Because when I bought these plates, they came with two big ones, but really I have a big one and a small one on this side. So I didn't want to make the mistake of turning the wrong eye on because I didn't have like the plate clean for the smaller ones. So I'm just looking up here. And I'm like, and I have this one on. That's why you will see like that little smoke. And I'm like, how do I read this, right? This is how you read the stove. So, well, at least on these kind. So all of the eyes would have like the 4 dots, right? They all have them. And the way that you will read it is you'll go from the bottom to the top. That's how the stove is actually made, from the bottom to the top. So right here, your bottom row is going to be your bottom eyes. And it's the same on both sides. This is going to be the bottom. This is going to be the bottom. Now, the way that you will read it is you will read it from left to right. So this eye is at the bottom and it's on the left side. So this is how I knew, okay, this is the one to turn this eye on and not that one. Right here, you'll read it from, you'll still see the easiest way I'm going to remember this is to just read it from the bottom to the top. So I'm going to read it like that to not even do too much. So looking at this eye, reading from the bottom to the top, I know that this one will control this eye because it's lit right here. So to read this one, it'll be, this is the left side of the stove at the top. So that's how I literally just figured that out. Like, glory be to God, because I always just use the one side and just turn both of them on, or I'll just kind of like figure it out like, okay, well, the eye is lit up, so that's the right one. In simpler fashion, in order to read these stoves, read it from the bottom to the top. This is going to be your bottom row. This is going to be your top row. And then you'll read it from left to right. So this eye right here is going to be the bottom left. To control this eye right here, it's going to be the top left. To control this eye right here, it's going to be the bottom right. And to control this eye right here, it's going to be the top right. And another thing I just noticed too is you'll actually see it like, you can also look at this right here, like front and back. And then over here as well, it'll be the top, the front and the back. But still, even just looking at that, the easiest way to read this stove, honey, is going to be simply reading from the bottom to the top, reading from the left, from the right. Look, I'm so stuck. I done explained it 1,000 times, but I'm sitting here like, let me run that back again for myself too. So I'm going to start reading from the bottom to the top, and then also from the left to the right. So this bottom eye, it's getting hot right here. This bottom eye controls this one on the left side. And then this top eye is on the top row and it controls this one on the left side. So read from the bottom to the top, read from the left to the right. Alexis loves you. Mwah.